NFL Daily Brief is here sharp, short, and to the point. Subscribe now and never miss a snap. Here are the brief highlights of today's top stories. Guide to the NFL's rookie class. Who is flying under the radar? Who will win OROY, DROY? Let's predict the draft. Kiper's 10 preseason takes, including why all eyes are on Penn State. Panthers bring back Renfrow, place Kiper on IR. Sources: Thielen took $2 million pay cut to rejoin Vikes. Jordan, champion with Alabama, Cowboys, dies. Drama, resolved, Parsons thrilled for fresh start. Goals, haven't changed, says Cowboys coach. Titans Ridley, ban made me mentally stronger. Patriots move on from veteran safety Peppers. Dolphins OLB coach arrested on battery charge. Bold predictions, surprises for all 32 teams. Chasing history. Can Derrick Henry run past 7 Hall of Famers to reach top 10 all-time? The NFL's best defense versus a rookie QB in Week 1? Why the Broncos have to take advantage. 4 questions in the Micah Parsons trade aftermath. Why in the world would Dallas do this? A silver lining in Micah Parsons' trade for coach Brian Schottenheimer? Debunking your favorite NFL officiating conspiracy theories. We picked X factors for all 32 teams. Who could be a difference maker this season? Why Rashee Rice accepted his 6-game suspension now, and how Chiefs will have to cope. The biggest roster moves from all 32 NFL teams. How did each team get to 53 players? Preseason trade tracker. Every move leading up to the 2025 season. Now, let's dive deeper into the details. The 2025 National Football League season begins soon, showcasing many rookie debuts.
Quarterback Cam Ward is slated to start Week 1 for the Tennessee Titans, while Jackson Dart and Tyler Shaw are waiting in New York and New Orleans.
Rookie running backs Ashton Jeanty, Omarion Hampton, and Tre'Veyon Henderson are anticipated to perform well.
On defense, Abdul Carter and Jahdae Barron will face veteran players after highly anticipated preseasons.
This guide discusses the 2025 rookie class, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Defensive Rookie of the Year contenders.
We will also cover under-the-radar players, top quarterbacks, fantasy football picks, and projected rookie statistics.
Ashton Jeanty is expected to be the primary rusher for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Cam Ward displays promise as the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans.
Travis Hunter is anticipated to contribute on both offense and defense for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Omarion Hampton is likely to be a key player in the Los Angeles Chargers' rushing offense.
Tetairoa McMillan is projected to be a significant target for Carolina Panthers quarterback Bryce Young.
Abdul Carter has the potential to excel as a pass rusher for the Carolina Panthers.
The 2025 college football season is starting, offering a glimpse into the 2026 NFL draft prospects.
It is exciting to anticipate matchups like Texas quarterback Arch Manning versus Ohio State safety Caleb Downs.
While the draft is months away, it is interesting to make early predictions.
One prediction is that 6 quarterbacks will be drafted in the first round.
This has only happened twice since 1967, in 1983 and 2024.
Arch Manning's draft status is uncertain, but even without him, the quarterback class is strong.
Potential first-round quarterbacks include Lenoris Sellers, Drew Allar, and Cade Klubnik.
Other potential first-rounders are Garrett Nussmeier, Sam Levitt, Fernando Mendoza, and Nico Iamaleava.
Teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers and Los Angeles Rams might be looking for quarterbacks.
Another prediction is that the race for the number 1 pick will come down to 3 players.
These players are Arch Manning, Lenoris Sellers, and Drew Allar.
Manning had a promising 2024 season but might return to school.
The Carolina Panthers have re-signed wide receiver Hunter Renfrow just days after releasing him.
This is a 1-year deal according to league sources, filling the roster spot of injured Jalen Kiper.
Kiper was placed on injured reserve with a quad injury, likely sidelining him for the first 4 to 6 games.
He was originally slated to replace veteran Adam Thielen, who was traded to the Minnesota Vikings.
Renfrow missed the 2024 season after being released by the Las Vegas Raiders.
His performance declined in the 2023 season partly due to his struggles with ulcerative colitis.
Renfrow experienced severe fevers and questioned his football future after disappointing seasons.
He felt he had let his teammates down after signing a new contract and joining a new coaching staff.
The Panthers maintained contact with Renfrow after his release, hoping to sign him to the practice squad.
They wanted him to regain full health after a hamstring injury hampered his training camp comeback.
Coach Dave Canales and General Manager Dan Morgan reiterated their desire for Renfrow to remain with the organization.
Coker is highly regarded for his lateral quickness and ability to deceive defenders with his speed.
Adam Thielen accepted a $2 million pay cut to facilitate his trade from the Carolina Panthers back to the Minnesota Vikings.
Sources confirmed to ESPN on Saturday that this reduction brings his salary for this season to approximately $5 million.
The Vikings and Panthers spent over a week negotiating the trade, with draft pick compensation being a key point of discussion.
The final agreement involved a complex exchange of draft picks between the two teams.
Thielen's contract was another significant factor in the negotiations, as the Panthers had recently increased his compensation to $7 million for 2025.
The Panthers refused to cover any part of Thielen's salary, so his willingness to take a pay cut was crucial for completing the deal.
In a press conference on Thursday, Thielen avoided discussing his contract specifics but expressed his enthusiasm about returning to the Vikings.
He emphasized the importance of Minnesota to him and his family, highlighting his connection to the state, city, and the Vikings organization.
Thielen, born in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, played college football at Minnesota State University, Mankato.
He spent the first 10 seasons of his National Football League career with the Vikings before joining the Panthers.
He expressed his excitement to return to his family and the team he considers home.
The National Football League network was the first to report on Thielen's contract concession.
Leroy Jordan, a linebacker on the Dallas Cowboys' first Super Bowl winning team, has passed away at the age of 84.
The Dallas Cowboys announced his passing on Saturday, but did not disclose the date or cause of death.
Jordan was a first-round draft pick by the Cowboys in 1963 after a successful career at the University of Alabama under coach Paul Bear Bryant.
He was a key member of the Doomsday Defense that propelled the Cowboys to a Super Bowl victory in 1971.
In that Super Bowl, the Cowboys defeated the Miami Dolphins by a score of 24-3.
Jordan retired in 1976, 1 year before the Cowboys won their second Super Bowl title.
A five-time Pro Bowler, Jordan was the first player inducted into the Cowboys Ring of Honor after Jerry Jones purchased the team in 1989.
He is currently second on the Cowboys' career tackles list with 1,236.
Darren Woodson, a safety on the Dallas teams of the 1990s, holds the record with 1,350.
The Cowboys organization described Jordan as the embodiment of the Cowboys spirit, praising his instincts, leadership, and work ethic.
They also highlighted his community involvement after his retirement in 1976.
Jordan was also a standout player at Alabama, leading the Crimson Tide to a national championship in 1961.
Micah Parsons is now a Green Bay Packer after a blockbuster trade from the Dallas Cowboys.
He expressed relief that the situation is resolved and he can focus on football again.
Parsons was concerned about missing playing time and the impact on his teammates.
The Packers sent 2 first-round picks and defensive tackle Kenny Clark to Dallas in exchange.
Green Bay also gave Parsons a massive contract extension, making him the highest-paid non-quarterback in National Football League history.
The deal is for 4 years and $188 million, with a substantial guaranteed amount.
Parsons held a news conference in Green Bay and chose the number 1 jersey.
He aims to uphold the standard set by previous Packers players, especially Kenny Clark.
Parsons does not anticipate his previous back tightness to be a problem.
He plans to work with the Packers medical staff to manage his health.
He intends to play in the season opener against the Detroit Lions.
Parsons was informed of the trade by his agent, not the Cowboys owners.
The Dallas Cowboys locker room was shocked by the trade of Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark.
Parsons himself broke the news to his fellow defensive linemen, while other players learned about it through group chats or social media.
Cowboys coach Brian Schottenheimer called several players, including Dak Prescott and Trevon Diggs, to discuss the trade.
Schottenheimer emphasized that the team goals remain unchanged despite the trade, focusing on winning a championship and building a strong team culture.
The Cowboys acknowledged Parsons' departure on social media and shifted their focus to their upcoming game against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Replacing Parsons and his impressive sack record will be a challenge for the Cowboys.
The team will look to their recent second-round draft picks, Marshawn Kneyland and Donovan Azaruaku, to contribute to the pass rush.
Both Kneyland and Azaruaku expressed their determination to step up and fill the void left by Parsons.
Kenny Clark, the defensive tackle acquired in the trade, arrived in Dallas and introduced himself to his new teammates.
Clark, a 3-time Pro Bowler, is expected to play against the Eagles despite the short turnaround.
He expressed his commitment to contributing to the Cowboys and playing wherever he is needed on the defensive line.
Schottenheimer praised Clark's experience and familiarity with similar defensive systems.
Calvin Ridley, wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans, has discussed his journey back to football after a gambling suspension and mental health struggles.
He described the suspension as a time for rest, physical recovery, and mental strengthening in a recent interview.
Ridley explained that the time away from the game allowed him to address his mental health and connect with family.
However, during a trip to Florida, he engaged in gambling on sports with his brothers and friends.
Ridley stated that he was unaware of breaking any rules at the time, having only placed bets on 2 National Football League games.
The subsequent suspension led to him missing the entire 2022 season and being traded from the Atlanta Falcons to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ridley emphasized that football has always been his sole occupation since childhood.
This time away from the game provided him with valuable coping mechanisms for his emotions.
Upon returning to the field, he demonstrated his skill with impressive statistics, catching 8 passes for 111 yards and a touchdown in his first game back.
He finished that season with strong numbers, totaling 76 receptions, 1,016 yards, and 8 touchdowns.
Despite a contract offer from the Jaguars, Ridley chose to sign with the Titans.
He now reflects on his experiences, emphasizing the tools he learned to manage challenging times and maintain a positive mindset.
The New England Patriots have released veteran safety Jabril Peppers, creating a surprising shift in their defense.
Peppers was in his 9th National Football League season and his 4th with the New England Patriots.
He had $4.32 million guaranteed remaining on his contract for this season.
The Patriots finished training camp with Jalen Hawkins and Craig Woodson as their top safeties.
Peppers, Kyle Duggar, and Del Pettis followed them on the depth chart.
Peppers, age 29, was favored by former coaches Bill Belichick and Jared Mayo for his physical playing style.
His style was particularly effective against the run, similar to Kyle Duggar.
Peppers fit within the scheme of first-year coach Mike Vrabel was evolving during training camp.
He started on the first unit but was later surpassed by Hawkins and Woodson.
In the preseason finale on August 21, Peppers started in a game where most roster-secured players rested.
This suggested his position on the team was not guaranteed.
Peppers has played in 99 career games with 85 starts, 494 tackles, 5.5 sacks, and 7 interceptions.
Miami Dolphins outside linebackers coach Ryan Crow was arrested early Friday morning on a domestic battery charge.
The arrest took place in Broward County, Florida, according to jail records.
Fort Lauderdale Police Department reports indicate that Crow got into an argument with someone he lives with.
The probable cause statement says Crow shoved the person during the argument.
While the alleged victim declined to give a formal statement and reported no injuries, 2 witnesses corroborated the event.
One witness described the victim as looking terrified during the confrontation.
Another witness stated that Crow stopped the altercation only after noticing onlookers.
Crow is currently being held without bond in Broward County Jail.
The Miami Dolphins have placed Crow on administrative leave following the arrest.
The team released a statement acknowledging the serious matter and stating they are gathering information.
Ryan Crow, age 37, joined the Dolphins in 2024 after 3 seasons with the Tennessee Titans.
He has coached in the National Football League since 2018, exclusively with the Titans and Dolphins.
The Cowboys might call edge rusher Micah Parsons' bluff as contract negotiations have stalled.
Parsons is sitting out practices, demanding a trade, while team owner Jerry Jones believes they had an agreement before Parsons' agent got involved.
The Giants' defense, featuring Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence II, and Kayvon Thibodeau, could lead the league in sacks.
The Giants added Carter to an already strong defensive front, potentially leading to surprise wins despite offensive questions surrounding Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart.
The Eagles are likely to continue adjusting their defense as they integrate younger players to replace key departures from last season.
With significant salary cap investment in their offense, the Eagles need young defensive players like Moro Ojomo, Jalix Hunt, and Jihad Campbell to contribute.
The Commanders may utilize Deebo Samuel in the backfield to maximize his versatility and create opportunities for him to contribute.
Samuel has a history of success as a runner, with over 1,100 rushing yards and 20 touchdowns in 6 seasons.
Rookie tight end Colston Loveland could be a significant part of the Bears' offense, building a strong connection with quarterback Caleb Williams.
Despite a slow start due to injury, Loveland has impressed in training camp and could become a key target for Williams alongside other talented receivers.
Jahmyr Gibbs might finish as the top-scoring fantasy running back, building on his strong performance from last season and potentially benefiting from an improved Jameson Williams.
Despite David Montgomery's return, the Lions believe Gibbs has even more potential and could see increased opportunities, especially given potential weakness on the interior offensive line.
Derrick Henry, despite his size, draws inspiration from former San Diego Chargers running back LaDainian Tomlinson.
Henry is within striking distance of the NFL's top 10 all-time leading rushers, needing 1,317 yards to join this elite group.
Achieving this milestone would place him alongside 7 Hall of Fame running backs.
Henry currently leads all active running backs in career rushing yards, with a significant lead over his closest competitor.
Coaches and teammates praise Henry's exceptional work ethic and intensity.
Justice Hill, a fellow Ravens running back, describes observing Henry as witnessing the difference between a typical player and a future Hall of Famer.
In his first season with the Ravens, Henry averaged an impressive 113 rushing yards per game.
At that pace, he could reach the top 10 by Thanksgiving.
Henry's consistent performance has sparked discussions about his place among the greatest running backs in NFL history.
Ravens coach John Harbaugh believes Henry belongs in the same category as legends like Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, and Walter Payton.
Last season, Henry defied doubts about his age, rushing for over 1,900 yards and scoring a league-leading 16 touchdowns.
He is also climbing the all-time rushing touchdown list, currently tied with Jim Brown for 6th place.
The Denver Broncos defense will face rookie quarterback Cam Ward in Week 1.
This is the first time since the 1970 merger the Broncos have opened against a rookie quarterback.
The Broncos defense aims to be the #1 defense in the league this season.
Edge rusher Nick Benito emphasized the importance of starting fast and maintaining momentum.
Coach Sean Payton believes a strong start is crucial for Super Bowl contention.
The Broncos have struggled with slow starts in recent seasons.
Last year, the Broncos boasted the #3 scoring defense and led the league in sacks.
They have invested resources in bolstering their defense even further.
The Broncos added Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga, and Jahdae Barron to their defensive roster.
Cam Ward will face a challenging debut against a formidable Denver defense.
Ward had a modest preseason performance without touchdowns or interceptions.
He will face a strong pass rush led by players like Nick Benito and Jonathan Cooper.
The Dallas Cowboys unexpectedly traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-round picks and defensive tackle Kenny Clark.
This trade is surprising, given Parsons is a young superstar at a critical position, the kind teams rarely trade.
Parsons is impactful, becoming the second player in National Football League history with 12 or more sacks in his first 4 seasons.
The Packers hope Parsons joins Reggie White and Charles Woodson as defensive stars who thrived in Green Bay after leaving their prior teams.
This trade raises many questions, most notably, what were the Cowboys thinking?
It is difficult to understand Jerry Jones' logic in this situation.
There are several possible explanations for the Cowboys' decision.
One possibility is that Jones felt betrayed by Parsons and his agent and made a stand on principle.
Another factor is that the Cowboys might have believed they could not win with their current roster if they paid Parsons market value.
A third possibility is that Jones believed the Cowboys' defense could be disappointing even with Parsons.
The Cowboys were ranked 29th in expected points added per play and points allowed per possession in 2024.
However, with Parsons on the field, the Cowboys have been the league's best defense by expected points added per play over the past 4 years.
Brian Schottenheimer faces a challenging first year as Dallas Cowboys head coach, made more difficult by the Micah Parsons trade.
The Cowboys traded their star edge rusher, Micah Parsons, to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-round picks and defensive tackle Kenny Clark.
However, this trade could potentially benefit Schottenheimer by lowering external expectations for the team.
ESPN predicts a low probability for the Cowboys to make the playoffs or win the Super Bowl.
If the Cowboys exceed these low expectations, Schottenheimer will be seen as successful.
Conversely, if the team fails, he will not shoulder all the blame given the absence of a key defensive player like Parsons.
Schottenheimer maintained communication with all parties involved in the Parsons situation, including players, ownership, and the front office.
He acknowledged the business aspect of the situation, emphasizing that such situations are common with elite players.
Jerry Jones views the trade as part of a larger reshaping of the team, which began with hiring Schottenheimer.
Jones cited the desire for change in acquiring resources like cap space and draft picks as motivations.
Schottenheimer attempted to build a relationship with Parsons despite his absence from the offseason program.
Parsons attended some team events but did not participate in practices, citing back tightness.
A common belief among National Football League fans is that referees are biased against their team.
However, an ESPN analysis of penalties called between 2001 and 2024 suggests these theories lack merit.
ESPN, with assistance from University of Alabama statistics professor James Cochran, analyzed penalty data to assess officiating impact.
Surprisingly, teams penalized more often did not lose more frequently.
In fact, teams committing impact penalties like defensive holding or pass interference in late-game situations tended to win more.
This could be attributed to more aggressive play by these teams, as suggested by analysts.
Coaches' challenges have also seen a substantial decrease since 2010, down approximately 47%.
The 2024 season saw the lowest challenge success rate in 5 years, at around 38%.
The analysis showed no bias by specific officiating crews against certain teams.
Former NFL officiating Vice President Dean Blondino confirmed that league analyses also showed penalties are not a major win-loss factor.
The analysis did not include non-calls, which is a significant point of contention for many fans.
The increasing use of replay assist is aimed at reducing debatable calls and improving game flow, ideally lowering the need for coach challenges.
With 53-man rosters nearly set, we are just days away from the start of the regular season.
While quarterbacks, coaches, and star players are crucial, other players, known as X factors, can significantly impact a team's success.
These X factors are not quarterbacks, as their performance inherently affects every team.
They are also not rookies, given the unpredictable nature of their first season, or coaches, as we are focusing on on-field contributions.
Each team has multiple X factors, but we will highlight the most impactful one for each team in the upcoming 2025 season.
Starting with the NFC West, the Cardinals are looking to Josh Sweat to elevate their pass rush and improve their chances of making the playoffs.
For the Rams, Allen Robinson is expected to fill the void left by Cooper Kupp and provide a new dimension to their offense.
The 49ers are relying on Jawan Jennings to step up at wide receiver given injuries and departures from their receiving core.
Kenneth Walker III is crucial for the Seahawks, needing to provide consistent production in the running game.
In the NFC East, George Pickens joins the Cowboys to bolster their receiving core and provide Dak Prescott with another reliable target.
The Giants are counting on Adoree Jackson to solidify their cornerback position and complement their strong pass rush. Wide receiver Rashee Rice accepted a 6-game suspension for violating the National Football League personal conduct policy.
This suspension leaves the Kansas City Chiefs without their number one receiver for a significant portion of the season.
Rice will not be eligible to return until the Chiefs' Week 7 home game against the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Chiefs have been preparing for this possibility and have a plan to adjust their offense.
Their strategy involves utilizing other receivers such as Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Tyquan Thornton.
Offensive coordinator Matt Nagy stated that the team has been considering this scenario and balancing it with Raya's health.
The Chiefs will likely utilize 2 tight end sets with Travis Kelce and Noah Gray.
Smith-Schuster and Brown are expected to operate in the slot, Raya's natural position.
Worthy and Thornton will likely be the deep threats, testing the opposing defenses.
The Chiefs' preseason finale against the Chicago Bears offered a glimpse of the offense without Rice as the focal point.
Raya's absence will undoubtedly impact the Chiefs' offensive power, particularly his ability to gain yards after the catch.
Quarterback Patrick Mahomes acknowledged Raya's value in stretching the field and creating explosive plays.
The Philadelphia Eagles will host the Dallas Cowboys for the 2025 NFL season opener.
Teams finalized their 53-man rosters, leading to some notable cuts and trades.
The Panthers parted ways with wide receiver Hunter Renfrow.
The Raiders acquired quarterback Kenny Pickett from the Browns.
The Cowboys kept 6 pass rushers due to Micah Parsons' uncertain status.
The Giants released quarterback Tommy DeVito and chose Gunnar Olszewski as their returner.
The Eagles acquired quarterback Sam Howell and offensive tackle Fred Johnson for depth.
The Commanders keeping Sam Cosmi on the physically unable to perform list is a significant move.
Undrafted wide receiver Ja'Day Walker made the Bears' initial roster due to strong preseason performance.
The Lions roster is considered their strongest by coach Dan Campbell since 2021.
The Packers surprisingly kept cornerback Bo Melton, a converted wide receiver.
The Vikings shook up their quarterback depth chart, trading Sam Howell and acquiring Carson Wentz.
The National Football League preseason has concluded, with teams finalizing rosters for the 2025 regular season.
We are tracking every trade before the season begins on September 4th.
One of the most recent and significant trades involved Micah Parsons moving from the Dallas Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers.
In return, the Cowboys received defensive tackle Kenny Clark and 2 first-round draft picks.
Parsons will sign a lucrative 4-year contract with Green Bay worth $188 million.
The Minnesota Vikings reacquired wide receiver Adam Thielen from the Carolina Panthers.
The Jacksonville Jaguars acquired wide receiver Tim Patrick from the Detroit Lions.
Several other trades involving draft picks and players occurred throughout August.
The Colts acquired cornerback Mekhi Blackmon, while the Raiders added quarterback Kenny Pickett.
The Chiefs made multiple moves, acquiring Derrick Henry and trading Sky Moore.
Earlier in the offseason, the Dolphins acquired Darren Waller and made a significant trade with the Steelers.
This trade involved Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and Minkah Fitzpatrick.
That's a wrap on this week's NFL Blitz Talk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more gridiron fire and fearless breakdowns.